Hey, it's Debra Cox, and it's Talk Thursday. This month is National Suicide Awareness Prevention Month, and more people need to talk about this issue because numbers are growing, and it is a sad thing. And I just don't understand wholeheartedly about the people that think about it and then actually do take their life. It's just sad. A lot of them, you really don't know what they're going through because the signs are missed. But some things we can do with our family and friends if there's potential for suicidal thoughts are don't minimize or invalidate their feelings because, we've got to look and listen to what they have to say. We can't go against the grain, so it's important there. You need to ask them what they need from you. Sometimes it could be as simple as, getting you to help get them help. It could be as little as making a phone call for them or, whatever the case. But listen to them. Let them know assuredly that they are not a burden, because a lot of people think that they are a burden, and that's the reason they think those thoughts. And no person should feel like they are a burden to anybody else. Life is hard enough as it is, but everybody has a rhyme and reason for them to be on this earth, and they just have to find what that niche is. So just remember that. You've got to listen and listen really intensely, and make sure to create a judgment-free space. Don't judge the person for what they are saying or how they are saying it, because you don't know what they're going through. You're not in their shoes. And so it's just one of those things that we have to be create that judgment-free space. Make sure to encourage self-care. Self-care is one of the most important things we can do as a person, and encouraging others to take time for themselves, take a walk, take a nap. There are lots of things that can be done that don't cost any money to do, and to also take care of their basic needs. It's real important. Make sure they've got, space, living space. Make sure they've got food to eat, clothes to wear, and that sort of thing. That's the least that we can do to help people that might be going through trying times. Also, point them in the direction of helpful resources. There are so many resources out there. I know in Mitchell County in Southwest Georgia, we have a group called that's related to Family Connections. It's the Mitchell County Children and Youth through Family Connections, and we have an initiative of, mental health. And so there are so many resources out there if you just pay attention, listen to see who's doing what. And so it's important. Also, be their advocate. I can't stress that enough. You need to be a advocate to help them get the needed help that they need, because mental health is important. You just got to pay attention on that. Help them get help wherever they can get the help. So just know that, and just pay attention to what's going on. So spend time with them and be present. Don't be looking all around. Make eye contact. You know, listen to their words, how they say it, because a lot of times that's what people need or want. One thing you can do is help them create a crisis plan as to who they're going to reach out to, that sort of thing. It's important this day and time, just like we have a plan for hurricanes and storms. You need to have a crisis plan in place, and you know, do a notebook, put together an envelope with things, contact information, and things of this information that can be helpful for the future. You know, some self-care tips and things of this nature. And above all, if it is a most serious crisis, call 911. You know, everybody is valuable in this world. Everybody has a place. And we just need to make everyone feel welcome, because everybody's going through something. And I know I say this quite often, life is short. You just never know. You know, years ago, 9/11, that was a tough issue. I know there were people that went through issues with mental health because of it occurring, and it's 9/11. So, you know, one thing I do want to share is we need to try to make great positive memories. It's the little things that count in life. Make those memories count. If you are an advocate, help that person feel like they are wanted, needed, and loved. If you are the one in crisis, just know you're needed here. There's a rhyme and reason you're here. You may not have found your niche, but find somebody to talk to that will listen to you. If nothing else, reach out to get counseling or services through places like Georgia Pines, your medical professional, doctor. I know there's the Renaissance. Talk with your pastor, you know, but you're needed here, to those of you considering otherwise. And just, you know, think things through, and because I know life isn't always easy, but you're supposed to be here, you know, because if you were to go away, there'd be a lot of sad people. And to those of you that are advocates, keep plugging along, keep praying, keep encouraging people to seek guidance, because that's the only way we're going to overcome this adversity with mental health. We've got to take care of our mental health just like we do our physical and our spiritual health. It's very important, very vital. And so on this Talk Thursday, I hope you have a blessed week. I hope I've given you some encouragement on both sides of the line, you know, because everyone's important, everyone's valuable. Everybody's got a certain talent, you know, that nobody else can do, and we just need to keep plugging away and pushing away and doing the right things. So I hope you have a blessed rest of the week, and we'll see you next Thursday. This is Debra Cox, and this is Talk Thursday.